Hi, welcome everybody to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Out on location now. Just a small video to keep everybody in touch with what's going on and with TV licensing. Yes, well, as I said, I was making some videos about cutting the cord with the BBC, meaning that once you've cancelled your license, which is very simple to do really, just like I always say on this channel, it's probably the best option is to just go to your bank or wherever you pay your fee, just cancel that payment. It could be, I don't know how you pay, direct debit or whatever, but once you've cancelled the license, obviously you no longer require a license, hopefully, that you don't watch BBC television, which is the aim of this channel. Obviously we're not watching anymore, we're not paying because we're not watching. So that's the essence of the channel. I've had one or two other people getting a bit confused about cutting this cord. I'm cutting the cord, the cable that comes into the back of your TV. If you can imagine the BBC many years ago when they had the TV licensing and they had the detector vans, they came round with the detector van, didn't they? And they sort of said, well, if you're watching, they could detect the signal, the terrestrial signal coming into your house. And of course all that was complete and utter garbage, because it was a butty van where they used to go into the butty, have a dinner, when they used to target an area, these capitals, they used to go around in a van, drive around areas where they were targeting, where people wasn't paying the license fee. Alright, they come knocking on the door and ask to come in the house and check your things and stuff, whatever, like they're trying to do now. But obviously them were the days when they had the detector vans and they're advertising on television, watching Columbo kind of thing, that old videos of that. So anyway, that's the old days. Now technology's moved on with the smart television. Like I said, I did show you the Argos department store where the televisions were smart TVs, more modern TVs, and if you have a TV with the tube in it, it's probably blown up by now. But I'm trying to make it so you cut the cord, basically, like the Americans used to cut the cord with their cable channels, because they either got too expensive or they whatever, and they just wanted to go somewhere else, and so they call it cut the cord. It's American language thing, cutting the cord. But we've stopped watching terrestrial television. That means the aerial that means being pumped out by BBC today from, I think I'm in Lancashire, so it's Winter Hill. It's been beamed out. Everybody can pick it up. If you've got an aerial, you just can pick it up. Like if you're on a caravan site in Wales somewhere, the nearest aerial direction, you got a in your caravan, or you got an aerial in your caravan, you just pointed it where the best signal was and pick up the signal. So similar things that, when you've got a terrestrial aerial on your roof, it picks up the signal. And of course the point I was trying to make to everybody, that once you've got no aerial on the roof anymore, because obviously as a smart TV you've got what I think called the internet. Now you haven't got the internet, obviously this day and age the TV, you have to watch terrestrial. There's no other means of watching if you haven't got the internet, so it's got to be terrestrial. So I'm targeting the over 75s who wish to cancel, not pay the license and keep cancelling. Over 75s obviously don't wish to pay anymore, not going to get the free TV license, and they're not paying. But if you go onto the internet, obviously you have to have a smart television which can pick up an internet connection via an internet cable, an ether cable, which plugs into the back of your socket of your television, similar to the coax cable which is coming from your aerial. But we don't need an aerial because we're not watching BBC television. If you go onto the internet, well, that's a different ball game, of course. Like I was previously saying, the internet is, the BBC do not own the internet. But of course, if you've got a television and you've got an aerial on the roof and you have a signal coming into that house, they could knock on your door and say, can we test your equipment if you're receiving BBC programs? And of course, if you haven't got an aerial on the roof, which I haven't got, you haven't got a coax aerial in the house, you're not picking up the signal. The TV's not tuned in, because now on TVs they all get tuned in very, very quickly if you've got an aerial on the roof. They're very, very fast now. Years and years ago, the old televisions used to have to tune them in yourself and all this stuff. But technology's moved on. Of course, smart TVs, they pick up a channel, you just press a button on the TV. If you plug it into a terrestrial aerial, all the television sets will come in from this factory set. That's why I was trying to say to people, if you go back to factory settings at the box, it comes with factory settings. And we want that factory settings now to be without any BBC iPlayer. We're not signing to the BBC iPlayer, we're not having an account with the BBC because we've not got a license, we're not paying. And their BBC iPlayer is the BBC internet player, basically. So it's like I'm on YouTube now, you're watching me on YouTube now. I've got a premier YouTube channel which I pay for every month. And I don't pay for the BBC license, so I don't watch BBC on the internet. Unless I go onto YouTube, because they're all over YouTube anyway. So that's the point I'm trying to make, folks. Once you've cut the cord, you've closed your account and you've got no terrestrial aerial on the roof, or if you can leave it up there but no cable coming into that TV, and that's the point I'm trying to make. And of course, if you get a knock on the door from Mr. Capita, you say, I'm sorry, I don't need a TV license, I don't need one, goodbye, and shut the door. And that's what I'm trying to get across. You've got nothing to fear from them knocking on the door, giving you letters, doing this and saying this and saying this, because I think Chili John was saying about some letters coming to the door now, once you've cancelled, are misleading them and telling lies or worrying people unnecessarily, you know. And this is why I'm on this channel. Once you've cut the cable and cut the cord and you're watching no terrestrial television, it's the end of the BBC coming into your house. Your household does not require a license because you've not got the terrestrial aerial coming into your house. They're beaming it out now, day in and day out. So you can get ITV, everybody else, Channel 4, everything through the license, terrestrial television. But we don't want that anymore, and we've cut the cord. So I'm going to leave it there, folks, because I said that's the confusion which I'm trying to get across. Just cut your cord as well when you cancel your license. Just throw it in the bin, and as I say, you've got no way you'd need it if you've got a smart television and you're going to get an internet connection. If you get an internet connection, that's another question mark, another ball game for the BBC. They will try and make you sign up for this is what they're doing all the time now, trying to sign you up to the iPlayer anyway. And the iPlayer is on the internet, but of course you don't have to sign up to it. It's an option. Like I joined Netflix, I joined YouTube, I've joined Prime Video, I've joined Apple TV. There's other things out there on the internet, which everything's on the internet, as you're probably aware now. And somebody over 75 is not aware of this, and they've got these threatening letters saying you've got to do this, you've got to do this, you've got to have a license, you've got to do this. If you've not got BBC television terrestrial aerial, you don't need a license. You don't have to have a license only if you're watching live television via terrestrial television and live, if you have got the internet. If you can't have Sky without having a bloody license. That's the whole thing about this BBC monopoly. And I do think Chili John nails it on the head. Leave a link to Chili John's channel explaining. He does it in more detail. I'm just doing it from the street kind of thing. You get it from my mouth. But, you know, as an ordinary guy in the street. But Chili John's got a great channel, and I'll link it at the end of this video, and you can watch all his videos in more depth about it. But when you cut the cord, you cut the cord with the BBC, like cutting the bloody umbilical cord with a bloody baby. You know, that's it. The baby's gone. The baby's gone. BBC are no longer required in your house. And like I said, that's what I'm trying to say. They've got a monopoly at the moment. Every household requires a TV license. But that's all going to change in 2027 when the charter comes up for renewal. It may be that the live television you can watch, if you're signed up to Sky, BT Sports, or any other Apple TV, any other TV company, and you pay a package deal for live television, you don't require to have a BBC license. That is the next step, folks, in technology as it moves along to 2027, because a TV now, there's so many things on there, so many applications, which I saw on the box. When you get the box, when you come out the box, it's got everything you need for the internet, not the BBC coax aerial. So I hope it's clear to everybody, and I hope if I am causing any confusion, I do apologise, but that's what I'm trying to get across. This channel is just trying to say, well, look, I've not got an air on the roof, I don't need an aerial, I've got an internet connection. And that's nothing to do with the BBC, as far as I'm aware. I mean, I may ask Chili John about this situation. I may get back to Chili John about this. The internet. What they do not own the internet. I mean, they're on YouTube. They're all over YouTube, BBC. And of course, they say in letters that you're not allowed to watch it if you haven't got a license. So, anyway, I'm going to leave it there, folks, because it's just something I think once you've cut that cord, you know where you stand. And if they come knocking on your door, you've nothing to fear, because they're going to try and ask you to sign this and sign that 178 form. You don't need to do that, because you don't need a license to have a TV anymore. Just a TV. If you're watching, then you've got to pay. If you're not watching, you're not paying. It's that simple, folks. You're not watching, you're not paying. Anyway, thanks very much. I'll get back to you on one or two other things, you know, regarding this, and I hope it's not confusing people, because that's the last thing I want to do. It's so simple. You're not watching, you're not paying. That's simple. If you've got no aerial and no connection to the TV, you have to tune to the internet, because the TV, unless you get a DVD player to play things on, the TV is completely useless. So, you know, you're not going to be watching anything anyway if you haven't got an aerial, coax aerial. And that's the point I'm trying to make. No aerial, no coax cable, and no BBC. Anyway, thanks for everybody. Thanks for all the new subscribers, anybody new. And I hope it's, you know, getting the message across, basically, to people who are my similar age, about 70s, you know, and not sure. And, of course, Chili John's a great channel. I'm leaving the link to Chili John's channel, and he's a great guy, and it will give you more depth and more interesting videos, I suppose, than me. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, folks, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.